You're listening to the Small Business Talk podcast with Cathy Smith.
Small Business Talk is a podcast for business owners and entrepreneurs who want a better way to run their businesses without spending years doing it the hard way. Small Business Talk is hosted by Cathy Smith, who has run the same marketing agency for more than 17 years and helped hundreds of business owners achieve their marketing goals.
Welcome to Small Business Talk, episode 188. 7 tips to overcome video phobia. So let's start with why you're calling it a phobia. What are you making that mean? I spent 4 years trying to do video, and then one day I decided that was it. It was garbage and it had to stop. So I stopped calling it a phobia and I started doing. Yes, I probably got a long way to go, but look, practice makes perfect. So let's start with 7 tips. So start small. Just do one thing at a time. One topic with maybe 3 dot points. 3 things that you know, but maybe your customers don't know. The 3 things you get asked all the time. What do you keep saying over and over and over? So with video, a really good tip is to make sure that you have great lighting. Another good tip, and tip number 2, is keep going. Make sure that you keep going. No matter what, keep going, because you can always edit it out. If you're stopping and starting, you're breaking the flow, and that's not going to help you. And if you personally can't edit it, you can always get it outsourced. There's lots of different ways to get editing outsourced, which are quite cheap. But there's also lots of ways that you can do it yourself. Now, if that's not your zone of genius and it's going to take a long time, it's probably better to get it outsourced. Number 3 is use a caption service. Make sure that you are having captions, because 95%, well, maybe not quite that high, but a very huge proportion of videos, because 75% of videos are listened to without the sound. And they might stop and get the sound if they're happy with it and if it looks great, but they won't if they can't read the captions. What are we up to? Number 4, make sure you've got good lighting and sound. If you can only have one, sound is far more important. People will put up with not so good audio, but they won't put up with bad sound. You know what it's like when you're trying to listen to something where you've got the wind blowing and it's shocking. Number 5 is just start. We've all got to start somewhere. And no, you're not going to be as good and polished as somebody who's been doing it for a long time, or somebody who's just really talented at it. And practice does make perfect. The more you do it, the better you'll be. Number 6, well, maybe use a teleprompter. If you forget what it is that you need to do, there's lots of different ways that you can get teleprompters. On the phone is great. You can adjust the speed, you can write up a whole script, you can do dot points, but it means that you've got the confidence of knowing that you're going to do it. If you don't practice, you won't get better. If you don't know what you're going to say, you won't get better. And number 7 is make sure that it's relevant to your audience. So it's great to let people just know about things that you're interested in, but if it's not relevant to your audience, then really what's the point? So let's recap. Get started. One topic. Keep going. Edit. Sound is better than lighting. Just start. And make sure that it is relevant to your audience and that you publish it. There is absolutely no point doing it over and over and over and then making perfectionism or just being a perfectionist stop you from publishing. How can you help anybody if you don't put the stuff out there? And we all have to start somewhere. So go easy on yourself. Start doing the videos. Do some practices, set it up. And a pro tip, if you're really looking to do the next level, is to batch it. So do several all in one go if you can. You've got your lighting, you've got your sound For us girls, we've done our hair and our makeup. You've got a nice shirt on. Do more than one at a time. If you're worried that they're all going to look the same, well, do a costume change. Change your shirt. It's not that hard. You just need to do it. And that's from somebody who's taken 4 years to get this far. The difference is the mindset. Once you decide that you're going to do it, then you do it. So if you're listening to the audio of this podcast, I did it as a video, which is why it's a little bit shorter than normal. But watch this space. I will be doing longer ones as I practice what I preach, and I make sure that I am doing video from now on. So SBT audience, enjoy your journey.
Don't forget to subscribe to Small Business Talk podcast and head on over to smallbusinesstalk.com.au. Remember, to be great, you must start. Pick one tip from today's episode, take action and implement it. Let's meet again next week at the same time and place. Until then, take action. And SBT community, enjoy your journey.